Today we look at how we can create and attach new components to our custom actors. For that, we will check out how to create instances of scene components, but also of actor components. Let's jump right into it. So, in our example, we want to create a custom pawn. And we first of all have to define the different components that we want to attach to our new pawn. I like to create a separate section in my class declaration where I only declare the components so that I can find them easily. First, we want to have a collider for our new pawn. As you can see, I declare it with the uProperty macro and the visible anywhere specifier, so that I can easily change values of this component from within the editor. When you store references to your components of an actor, you store them as pointers in the class, so that you can access them quickly at runtime. Using a raw pointer to reference components is not the optimal way in Unreal Engine. In the next video, we will look on how to improve the declaration of your components in the class. Next, I want to have a static mesh component since I want to use a shape as the character model which will not be animated. Lastly, I also have a movement component for this pawn since it should be able to traverse through the level. As you can see, the process of declaring components is mostly the same. However, sometimes you might want to use different specifiers for the different components. For now, we are done with the declaration of our components. Next, we want to initialize them. That we will do inside the constructor of our custom pawn class. To initiate a new component, you can use the createDefaultSubObject method. This method basically instantiates a new instance of a component class that you provide. As you can see, this is a so-called template method, and you can use it to instantiate objects of all the different component classes. In future videos, we will have a closer look at template methods and also template classes. But coming back to the createDefaultSubObject method, you provide the class you want to instantiate in front of the argument list. As an argument, you have to provide the name of the component, as it should be displayed in the blueprints. Also, you can provide an additional value for bTransient. However, for now this is irrelevant and also defaults to false. Therefore, you don't have to provide it. With that, we have instantiated an instance for our capsule component. The next step is that we have to attach it to our actor. Since the capsule component is a scene component, we have to add it to the component hierarchy. As mentioned in another video, scene components have to be either the root component or have to be attached to another scene component. In this case, I want to make our capsule component the root component. To achieve this, we can use the setRootComponent method that every actor has and provide the pointer to the component that should be our new root component. And with that, in the editor, our new component appears in the hierarchy and because of visible anywhere can also be adjusted. Next, we want to create the static mesh component instance. We follow the same procedure as before. We call createDefaultSubObject, provides the class of our component. So use static mesh component and the name for our component. Now we want to attach our static mesh component to our capsule component that we have created before. To attach our component to another component, we have to call the setUpAttachment method. In the method, we have to provide the parent component of the component we currently want to attach, which in our case is the capsule component. However, since the capsule component is also the root component, we could also reference it with root component. Then we would ensure that the static mesh component gets attached to the root component of the actor. Additionally, as a second argument, you could also provide the name of a socket. In our case, this argument is not important. However, if you want to attach a component to a specific socket inside of a skeleton mesh, then you can provide the socket name here. Maybe in the future, we will check it out in more detail. If we now check it out how it looks in the editor, we can see that now the capsule component and static mesh component are in the component hierarchy of our custom pawn. And we can also see that the static mesh component is a child component of our capsule component. Lastly, we have to instantiate the floating pawn movement component. For that, we can use the same process as before with create default subobject. If we check out the editor again, we can see that now also the floating pawn movement component is attached to our actor, but in the section for the actor components. To summarize, to instantiate a new component, you can use the create default subobject method. Then, to attach a scene component, you can either use the setup attachment method, or if the new component should be the root component of your actor, you can set it directly as the root component with set root component. Like always, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Otherwise, see you next time.